He said nothing as they zip-tied his wrists, shattered his equipment, and laughed right in his face. Just a quiet trucker, they thought, until the state patrol pulled up and whispered his name. Who was he really? And why did the FBI launch an investigation the very next day? Let me back up a sec. Kevin Rook Dawson gripped the wheel of his rig, his knuckles showing the wear of decades spent both in battle and on lonely highways. In that cab, the only sounds were the low hum of the diesel engine and the faint pinging of encrypted comms, signals skipping off satellites, bouncing through shadowy government servers. His trailer? No company logos, just unmarked matte black, locked up tight with a biometric scanner that only his fingerprints could open. No paperwork, no questions, just a man, a truck, and a mission. For the last 6 weeks, Kevin had been living in the dust of a Wyoming plain, working out of a warehouse so far off the grid it didn't even show up on government maps. To outsiders, it was a military logistics test site. In truth, it was a sandbox for battle-ready AI and real-time tracking systems meant for war zones, stuff no one would ever talk about outside closed doors. Kevin wasn't just hauling cargo. He was the final human test, part of the system, making sure the new tech could handle the unpredictable chaos of the open road. But the road, it doesn't care about classified memos. That morning, a sandstorm rolled in, dragging sheets of dust across the sky. Kevin spotted the way station on Old Route 47, blinking neon. Open. All commercial vehicles must stop. He considered blowing past it, but protocol was protocol. His truck's brakes sighed, and he pulled in, keeping his head low. Inside the way station, Travis Shaw, a big-bellied, ex-military type with mirrored sunglasses and too much authority stuffed into his tactical pants, spotted Kevin's rig. No plates, no logos. This guy think he's Batman? He joked to his partner, Vince O'Donnell, who was already pulling on gloves. Let's go meet the mystery man. Kevin rolled down the window. Morning, officers, he said, voice flat as Wyoming gravel. License, registration, and bill of lading, Travis demanded, thick with sarcasm. Kevin slid over a federal ID. No name, no photo, just a DOD number. Travis squinted. You kidding me? Kevin kept his tone calm. Authorized military logistics operation, sir. Vince circled the rig, knocking on the sides. He's hauling ghosts. I'm not at liberty to discuss contents, Kevin answered, but Travis snapped. Oh, we'll discuss it. All right. Pop the trailer now. Kevin shook his head. I can't do that. Wrong answer. Travis yanked open the door and pulled Kevin out. Hands visible, not resisting, just letting it happen because, sometimes, discipline means not taking the bait. By then, a small crowd of truckers had gathered. Someone started filming. Hey, that guy's a vet, one yelled. You can't treat him like that. Plastic zip ties snapped over Kevin's wrists. Vince stomped his ID into the dust. Travis started rifling through the cab, found a rugged hard drive with a biometric lock, and when it wouldn't open, he hurled it into the brush. Probably smuggling tech to China, he muttered. Kevin stared at the dust, silent, as another hard drive clattered down the ravine. You want to play silent soldier? Travis whispered close, the sound of electronics smashing in the background. That was a $2 million sensor suite, part of the military's new AI. Now, nothing but scraps. And then, a siren cut through the tension. A state patrol car pulled up, lights blazing. Out stepped Captain Norman Reese, lean and gray-haired, still carrying himself like he'd just left basic. What's going on? Reese barked. Routine inspection, drivers refusing to comply, Travis answered. But Reese's eyes landed on Kevin, and everything changed. Cut him loose now. Travis started to protest, but Reese was having none of it. That man is Kevin Dawson, Delta operator, Omega Black clearance. Do you know what that means? Travis fell silent, realizing he'd crossed a line you don't come back from. The ties were cut. Kevin rubbed his swollen wrists, still saying nothing. Reese turned to him, voice low. You good? Kevin nodded. Get back on the road, Reese said. Phones were still rolling, uploading everything to the internet. the story already spreading before Kevin had even driven away. Somewhere, Agent Sophia Stone watched the first clip hit a secure FBI feed. She paused on Kevin's frozen face. "He's seen something," she whispered. Out at the way station, Reese watched the dust settle, remembering the same face from grainy satellite photos. Years ago in Kandahar, and redacted reports where only the code name, Rook, survived the blackout marker. Kevin had always been a ghost. Even the army files didn't really say who he was. Now, the internet burned with his silence. The video, veteran trucker humiliated by DOT inspectors, went viral. News anchors debated if this was how America treated its own. Meanwhile, Sophia wasn't interested in headlines. She was looking for patterns. Veterans flagged for minor infractions, harsh inspections on unmarked trucks, a spike in complaints, always dismissed. She found the name, Lieutenant Carla Hurley, DOT Regional Supervisor. Impeccable record, but her name showed up everywhere, evidence disappeared. Digging deeper, Sophia discovered Hurley's finances didn't match her salary. Then came the connection. Encrypted emails to a private logistics company, Skyrest Freight Solutions, hinting at a sabotage-for-profit deal. Travis and Vince had a pattern of roughing up unbranded rigs, especially military ones. Every time, equipment destroyed, drivers humiliated. Hurley signed off on every incident. IT wasn't random. Kevin had been set up. Someone inside the DOT wanted the military's field test shut down, and Hurley's crew did the dirty work. But with Sophia on the case, the dominoes fell fast. She recommended federal surveillance and full investigation. The world argued about justice. Kevin went silent, refusing interviews or honors, hiding out at a quiet roadside diner on Route 191. He wanted nothing but coffee and anonymity. Inside, a few truckers nursed eggs and bacon. A country song hummed on the radio. Kevin picked a booth, tried to breathe. Then chaos. Raymond Toller, an ex-army vet in desert camo, burst in with a rifle. "Everyone down. No one's leaving until someone listens," he roared. Kevin stayed still, watching the pain in Raymond's eyes, the way his hands shook. This wasn't about money. This was a man unraveling. Raymond herded the staff and customers into a corner. Kevin stood slowly, hands empty. "Let them go. You don't want to do this." "Who the hell are you?" Raymond demanded. Kevin just stared, calm as stone. "You were discharged, other than honorable. For appeals denied." Raymond froze. "How do you know that?" "I've seen your file. Seen myself." Kevin's words hit home. "You think the worst moment of your life defines you?" he asked, voice low. "I got flagged, harassed, thrown in the dirt, too. Same people we fought for, now treating us like criminals." The room was silent. SWAT lights flickered outside. "You didn't come here to kill anyone," Kevin said. "You came here hoping someone would finally understand." Raymond's hand shook, rifle lowering. "They'll shoot me anyway. Not if I walk you out." Raymond's tears came, rage melting into sorrow. He let the rifle fall. Kevin walked him out, together, visible, steady. Cameras caught the moment live. The quiet trucker who wouldn't fight back, now leading a brother out of the dark. The press called him a savior. The wind rolled over the plains, dust swirling. Days later, Kevin's teenage nephew Eli sat beside him in the truck, peppering him with questions about the road, the silence between them heavy with all that had happened. Kevin's scars, both visible and not, told their own story. Back in D.C., Sophia Stone's investigation bore fruit. Hurley went down for conspiracy, her ring exposed. The DOT was forced to reform, body cams required, veteran trucker hotlines opened. When asked why she pushed so hard, Sophia simply said, "He didn't raise his voice, even when they broke everything he carried." That kind of restraint deserves justice. Kevin didn't want revenge or medals. He just wanted the road. Later, he pulled off onto a patch of dirt, told Eli, "Take the wheel." Eli's hands shook, but he learned. As dusk fell, Eli asked, "You ever get mad about what they did?" Kevin stared out at the fading light. "I used to," he said. "But the road doesn't lie. People do." Eli considered that. "You one of the good ones." Kevin smiled. I'm trying to be. That night, Kevin thought of Raymond, now getting help, writing to say, "You saw a brother, not a threat." Kevin folded that memory away. There was always more road ahead. And the road, well, it tells the truth, even when people won't. So I gotta ask, what would you have done if you were Kevin? Stayed silent or fought back? Drop a comment below. If this story hit home, like, share, and subscribe to embrace the journey for more powerful stories. See you next time.